Nate Jackson, Criterion Collection Viewer Guy here. When I started doing this, I'm going back to season 1, when I decided to do the first 100. When I started reviewing the Criterion Collection movies, I didn't know what to expect. I went into this not knowing a lot of the movies that I'd be seeing. I mean, I knew some, like Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and I'd actually already seen the Criterion Collection versions of the Chaplin movies, like Gold Rush, Modern Times, Great Dictator, and all those, before knowing what the Criterion Collection was. So I didn't really know what to expect when I put the Grand Illusion in my DVD player back in 2013 and hit play. And surprisingly enough, I don't remember what I said in my first review, but I remember not hating it. Thought it was a pretty cool movie. I mean, I definitely fall in love with it more. Jean Renoir, Jean Gabin, and then we got Seven Samurai and Lady Vanishes, all fantastic movies, And from there, then there were some movies that I thought, well, and even then, even with continuing on that, I've even found ones that I've bought, I've fallen madly in love with, like Kurosawa's High and Low, Diabolique, Black Narcissus, Beastie Boys video anthology, and of course friggin' W.C. Fields, 2 movies he did, 2 entries in the Criterion Collection that he has. And then there are movies that, are okay. They're not totally my cup of tea. Like, I can see why people like them, but they're not totally the greatest movies ever. Like Silence of the Lambs, like it, but it's not, it's okay. Or RoboCop, or thinking of all the out-of-print ones right now, like the Sid and Nancy. But even ones like, Branded to Kill, Tokyo Drifter, there's a lot of there's some okay ones, And then there are the crap fests. And when I say crap fest, obviously my opinion is wrong. You guys have proved to me time and time again that I can't have an opinion because it's all bull. But you know what? This is my channel. Go start your own channel. If you want to praise the movies that I'm about to talk about, then go get your own channel, okay? Okay, guys? Get your own channel and tell me I'm wrong, okay? Go bash on the good movies like Written on the Wind, or things like that, So, but anyway, I've grown to hate a lot of the movies. I've grown to hate them, I've grown to dislike them, I've grown to think they're complete and utter dreck. And, usually at the end of a season, I, showcase, I've been showcase, my favorite top 28, but I thought, let's turn it around. Let's turn it around and go back and talk about the worst 14, because we don't need to spend that much time on bad movies. So, I bring unto you now Nate Jackson's worst 14 Criterion Collection movies from season 1, from spine numbers 1 to 100. Let's get started. Number 14, Jean Cocteau's The Orphic Trilogy. Now this one, I kind of struggled with putting this one in at all. Because I don't remember a lot of it. I remember, Blood of the Poet is really, really short. It's like only 50 minutes long. And Orpheus isn't that bad. It's kind of boring. I remember it was very boring and confusing. But at the same time, it had that Pet Shop Boys sample. There's the scene where the radio plays and you hear them say, "Attention, attention." And that's from the Pet Shop Boys sample, that one of their songs. And so that caught my attention. So I can't give it I don't think I could give it an F for that. But Testament of Orpheus kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I think maybe I just felt it was kind of pretentious of Cocteau to feel like he needed to star in one of his own movies and go back and drag out all his old, actors and things like that. As if, it's a clever concept, but the execution just doesn't feel right to me in ways. I feel like this is one I'm probably going to rewatch. I know for a fact that my friend Joseph, who you saw in the Eyes Without a Face review, he has not, he said that one of his favorite movies is Orpheus. And so it's like, hey, more power to you, man. Or I think, no, wait a minute. No, I'm thinking of something entirely different. Never mind. But yeah, no, I think that one might need a rewatch. I don't know. I don't think we have any more. I think we got a couple more Cocteaus coming, but the point is, the Orphic Trilogy is not. I mean, I like Beauty and the Beast more than, and that's because it's it's a tried and true story. The Orphic Trilogy is a little more personal to Cocteau. He had a little more control over it, and it's a little too weird and bizarre. So and I just thought about all the other movies that were in it, and I thought, what, for now, at least for now, I think it's just not. It's just had to be on this list. So I apologize. I know a lot of people love Jean Cocteau's Orphic Trilogy. And maybe I think I just need to rewatch it again. But for now, it's got a place in this list. So because it's just, like I said, it's just a little pretentious, a little out there. Just it's kind of hard to watch. So yeah. So number 14 goes to the Orphic Trilogy. Number 13, Philip Kaufman's The Unbearable Lightness of Being. I've spoken out about this one in a couple of my movies. But looking back at it, it's not as bad as I let it out to me. I mean, and I'm thinking about how I tried to rank these. I mean, there's some crap things about all the sex, Juliette Binoche. That's one thing that Joseph and I can agree on. We both can't stand Juliette Binoche. Binoche, whatever how they pronounce her name. It is kind of hot, the scene where she kisses Daniel Day-Lewis, and she's got her shirt over her head, and he's carrying her all around. That's kind of hot, yeah. And Daniel Day-Lewis is a great actor, too. But outside of that, the sex, the plot, it's a really long movie, too. It's a little too sexy for yours truly, So anyway, that's why The Unbearable Lightness of Being is just a little too there. And Juliette Binoche. Number 12. Roger Vadim's And God Created Women. Brigitte Bardot ain't that hot. That's all I'm going to say. Brigitte Bardot is not that hot, and I don't know why people were tripping about this woman. She's attractive, but she ain't that hot, and so that's why I just was really annoyed by this one. The plot was stupid, and blah, blah, blah. It just didn't... Just staring at Brigitte Bardot for however long, it just did not need to happen. So that's why And God Created Women is in this list. Because Bardot could have been like a side character, and people would have liked her a little more, because, it's like when those scenes come in, but whole movie dedicated to sex, and I know we've got them coming, so just shut up. Yeah. Number 11, Paul Morrissey's Blood for Dracula. This is another one that I don't remember very well, and I think part of it was because I didn't have the DVD. I couldn't get a hold of the DVD. I had to watch it on a streaming site online, and so, that being said, my memory of it is very vague. I just remember that Paul Morrissey's movies, were both produced by Andy Warhol, which meant that it was kind of weird, a little, the nudity was rampant in Blood for Dracula. And while we're at it, let's go and just throw in number 10, Paul Morrissey's Flesh for Frankenstein. And I make number 10 because I remember number 10's got that creepy scene where the blood and guts are toward the end. And that's why number 10 is. But they're brothers, they're twins, and so that's why they're together. They're just weird, creepy, gross movies. So. And Andy Warhol just need to sit down for a little while, I mean, I'm glad he stopped producing The Velvet Underground, but, he didn't have to go and ruin movies, too, like he ruined music, But whatever. Number 9. Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger's I Know Where I'm Going. The plot was stupid. I thought the plot was really stupid. But the reason why this one sucks is I know where I'm going, and I know. 90 minutes of that shit. Just fucking hell. Stab my ears out. Why don't ya? That song just ruined it in the movie for me. Yeah. Number 8. Y'all gonna hate me for this, but Wes Anderson's Rushmore. I'm not a fan of this guy. I've only seen 2 of his movies so far. But you know, if you compare the Royal Tenenbaums and Rushmore is the loser. Jason Schwartzman's character, I had the movie at the beginning. When I say had, I mean I was into it. And it was like, okay, this is kind of different, kind of funny. Thought the scene at the beginning where he like recites the formula or something like that, or he like corrects the teacher, that was kind of funny. I was like, okay, he's kind of a whiz kid. Then he starts falling for his teacher and like, you know, wants to be in an older relationship and Bill Murray, and I'm like, oh god. I saw the movie's true colors very quick. And all the music, the ukulele, acoustic guitar, and folk music was just like, Lord. Is this what Wes Anderson's really about? Just making these really cool, slick, hipster comedies? God, no. So, I was just over it real quick. Yeah, so Rushmore just didn't have to happen. But, hey, it's Criterion! What are you gonna do? Number 7. Carl Theodor Dreyer's The Passion of Joan of Arc. This is why I don't like the movie. All of this creepy ass staring. And yes, I know that was her character, but fucking hell. Really? Number 6. JeanLuc Godard's Alphaville. It's Godard, so yeah. I don't think I need to say anything more. Number 5. Nicolas Roeg's Walkabout. This was just a really... I think the plot didn't make any sense. And I know I've been, you know, hammering on plot, but that's what really nails a movie for me, is a good plot. Or a good plot or no plot at all. Sometimes there are great movies with no plot at all, but, you know, I mean, I think some of it was just like I just felt dirty watching, you know. It's one of those movies that makes you feel dirty watching these young kids, you know, survive in the wilderness. They're almost naked, you know. In fact, I think they are naked in some scenes. And it's just like, I don't feel good watching this. And so, yeah. And then when they get back, it's when the girl comes back to the real world, it's like she wants to go back and she can't relate. And it's just like, oh, come on. It's so much better here. We have TV. We have cable. Come on. It's a joke, but just laugh. Or not. Just walk about. Yeah, it's not good. Number 4. Michelangelo Antonioni's La Ventura. Long. And Monica Vitti is Barbara Streisand Italian version. Number 3. Liliana Cavallini's The Night Porter. The movie had me at the beginning. I thought it was cool when they, you know, the two people, like, it's like, oh my god, was that the woman? Oh my god, was that the guy? And then they finally meet, and suddenly it just turns into a sex movie. And I mean, thankfully they get killed at the end, or yeah, thankfully they die at the end. So that's why it's not number 1. But it was just intolerable. And all the sex, and it's just pathetic. But yeah, and then there's the whole Nazi dancing scene where she wears the suspenders. I'm like, I don't want to see this shit. Come on. Oh, maybe so. No, I'm never gonna like this movie, so I'll stay away from it. Number 2, Peter Weir's Picnic at Hanging Rock. Oh, Lord, I have to talk about this one again. Oh, God. Oh, no. It's just like Walkabout. I feel dirty because these girls are supposed to look this sex objects, and it's like, no, it's creepy and eerie, and no. And what happened to the girl? What happened to the fucking girl at the end? I want to know. Give me the goddamn answers. Did she die or did she get raped or what the hell happened? You've got to write a goddamn sequel. Peter Weir, you're still alive. Write a goddamn sequel to this fucking movie. Just, God, shit, fucking damn it. Come on. God, it's just stupid. I don't want to see a bunch of the pre-tween girls dancing around in slow motion. Fuck this movie. Let's fuck it to hell. And the number 1 worst Criterion Collection movie from the first 100 by numbers is... Really? Like, you couldn't guess already? You've been watching this channel for 3 years. 3 friggin' years now. Almost 3 years. And you couldn't guess that that was it. I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to point. I'm just going to point at, and just say, hey, there it is. That's it, If you need to know, go back to the original review, because I think I probably said it better there. And I've harped on it enough earlier in the later reviews and all that. So I'm just going to point, make you look at the cover, and you guys understand. You guys understand. I don't feel like I need to say anything more. I think hell, I challenge you to watch this movie and not, and not be disturbed. People are like, oh, but you're not. Shut the fuck up, okay? This is shit. This is a piece of fucking shit movie. Okay? All this time I'm still talking about this piece of shit. Oh my god. Woo! Okay. Number 1. There you go. So there you have it. Top 14 worst Criterion Collection movies, as picked by yours truly, Nate Jackson, Criterion Collection Review Guy. And of course, my opinion sucks, as you guys have told me before and more. But it's my opinion. At least I got one. At least I'm not one of those sheeple, one of those Criterion sheeple who just love every movie. At least I know what to pick the bad ones. And I think I've picked some decently bad ones. And it's like I said, we picked a lot of great movies, and there are a lot of ones, some okay ones. But this one is dedicated to the clunkers, the ones that just fell apart for me, So there, this, that, and those. I'm Nate Jackson. Thank you for watching. That's it for me. Blah 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 blah. And morals. Do we have more? Don't make or remake or watch any of those movies. That's the greatest moral I can give you in this video. So, anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon for the next batch. And yeah, don't watch any of those, especially the number 1. Just burn it. Buy all the copies and burn all the copies. Eventually, Criterion will have to listen. They won't. Goodbye.